Here in China, I've learned to enjoy tea more, and it's no wonder since Hangzhou in particular is pretty famous for its quality tea plantations and tea drinking traditions. And yet, once in a while, I still enjoy something less of a tea, more of a tasty drink, which is a bubble milk tea. And it's getting also more popular around the world. And it happens to be that a friend of mine, he is deeply involved in this industry, and he is also a PIEGL graduate. And I have invited him today to come over to my place so we can discuss his journey here in China and learn from his experience.
My name is Sebastian. I come from Switzerland, and I used to be a PIEGL student. I graduated in 2020, and now I'm back in China for work because I opened a company with my business partner, and we are going to sell to first Europe and then to the rest of the world and China our cup insert for bubble tea or milk tea, as they call it here in China. And we did open innovation with two Swiss companies. One company that developed the preservatives to stabilize the solution, and the other company which is based in Switzerland as well as in Shanghai in China, who basically did the whole design and technical calculations.
Why did you decide to come to China in the first place?
In the first place, because I did a consulting mandate a few years ago for a Swiss company that was doing can simming, and I saw that there was some potential in the field of predictive analysis, basically to be able to detect when machines are going to break down before it happens. And I wanted to test some assumptions, possibly open a company, but in the end, I didn't work out, and then I just proceeded with my studies.
So you came here to China to explore the opportunities, and then you found this opportunity to study PIEGL. I'm curious to know, how did actually PIEGL fill the gaps? How does it help you to become who you are today?
I think PIEGL gave me a lot of things. One thing that it gave me the Chinese perspective on how to do business, rather than looking at things from the Western European perspective. Another thing that PIEGL gave me is a network of alumni, and beyond that of close friends, to whom I can just shoot a message and get any answers to any questions that I have. And it's something that is very precious, I would say, that you don't have to pay a fee to XYZ consultant, and I really cherish that. And the other thing that I got from PIEGL is also a network of professors and mentors who really care about me. Like my thesis supervisor, Professor Jinjun, who was really with me all the time in the process of writing my thesis, and whom I feel really grateful for. Or also professors that I can just contact anytime if I have questions, like Professor Huang Tan, whom I asked like just 2 weeks ago a question about patent, because we're in the process of patenting our invention in China, who just replied me right away. Basically, when I was a student, I tried to work on a startup project, which was about developing bamboo boards using a novel technology, which is a microwave. In the end, it was a very good learning experience, as I went on to pitch the project in different competitions and approach investors. So I learned a lot, but it didn't work out in the end. But still great experience. The thing that I learned is always keep trying and do it, how to say, in the spirit of minimum viable approach. Don't be too perfect. The important is to test your product and your idea. Basically, I did my entire thesis online, more or less, except for the class which teaches you about research methods. But overall, it didn't bother me not to be able to come to campus because my professor, Professor Jinjun, was a fantastic professor and really supported me during the whole process. He was always there to answer to my questions by email or WeChat. And when you do your thesis, you have access to all the resources of the schools, for example, the online libraries. And I don't think it would have changed much to do in China, frankly. I don't think I would have done anything differently. I think coming to China was the best decision and the most important, perhaps, because it set me into a certain path. And I think that by coming here to study and work, I gained a lot in terms of maybe self-confidence.
I would say that's also one thing I was going for. You can get education, good education, everywhere in the world. Nowadays, education is very accessible. You can learn many things online nowadays. However, this cultural experience, that's something specific that you can learn only when you get there or only when you get into this specific environment.
I think you should not be afraid of challenges, because you will encounter a lot of different challenges throughout this journey in China. I would say you should be a hardworking person, because there are some expectations in terms of the program that are pretty high, and you should have a genuine interest in understanding Chinese people and the way that they work out. And if you think that the program is a good fit for you, then it might be the best decision of your life.